Hey guys, just wanted to make a video here. Something that been on my mind for a little while. I was doing some just playing around on YouTube more or less, and people are starting to post some videos in the last month or so, confirming a lot of things that I had said, a few years back when the whole Walmarts were closing for quote plumbing issues and all that mess. I'll put a link in the description or a pinned comment of the actual phone call I made to Walmart when they told me it was a plumbing thing. But nevertheless, now we find out, that for years those have been used as the facilities, where they're housing a lot of these illegal kids and maybe some adults, I don't know, but illegals anyway. Been some politicians denied entry into some and all of that. But it got me to thinking, that's all fairly known now. That's still going on. But I'm just wondering if they're doing all this for kind of another reason. They're trying to figure out the best ways to house these people, kids, adults, whatever, moving them around, kind of in the night type of thing, spreading people out far and wide. Could this all be just a kind of a test, so to speak? Using this group of illegals as a test subject. If it doesn't go wrong, oh well. They're illegals anyway. So that in the future, this same exact thing could be done to Americans. Now, we got to kind of follow this a little bit. Illegals, they come into the country, they've broken the law, they're detained. That's that, they're criminals. Okay, what could be next? You own a firearm. You could be a criminal for owning a firearm if laws were to get passed. Then they could implement this same thing. You don't immediately surrender and, kiss the boots of the government. Then they could put you in one of these places. And by the time something like that could happen, they would have a lot more of this figured out. There's tunnels underneath a lot of these Walmarts. It's been documented there's a lot of railroad tracks around. So how easy would it be to put a bunch of Americans in the place, take so many of us at a time, shove us on a railroad car, and off we go to who knows where. If you have no access to see the outside world, you may not even know where you end up. If they start finding out that groups of people are getting together, like, I don't want to say militias necessarily, but tight, close-knit groups that want to fight a lot of this, they would definitely split us up. You go one way, you go another. So, a lot of things, could definitely happen in the future. But I think a lot of this is just a test, plain and simple. Now, people may want to blame Trump, whatever. This was all before his time that this all happened. And as hated as he is by a lot of the people in Washington and other states and, politicians in general, there's a lot of things that go on day to day that he gets blamed for that I wouldn't be afraid to bet he has no clue what is even going on. They hate him that much that they're doing things behind his back, whatever they can to keep him out of the loop. That way, if it all backfires, he'll be blamed. If it's found out, they'll make it appear that, he was hiding this or hiding that, when in reality, I think there's a lot of things that he just honestly does not know about. He is not kept in the loop. I mean, presidents are briefed daily. They have their military advisors, their economic, and so on. So, what they know is more or less what they're told. And as we've seen time and time again with fake news, I think the president's getting quite a bit of it every day. I'm not saying the man's 100% innocent and perfect and all of that. And we knew that from the start. I never had those expectations that he was going to be a saint. But you can obviously tell that, he's doing the right thing. If not, he wouldn't be getting so much pushback. Why did they love Obama so much? Because he followed the plans. He furthered their agenda. They hate Trump because he's against the agenda. He's the opposite of all the rest. I mean, sheesh, the guy's not even taking a paycheck. He's donating everything. But just wanted to throw that out there that, we got to look at this illegals situation a little bit different than even I have. Yeah, they all need to go back, where they come from and all that. We've said that a million times over. But look at the tactics, the techniques and stuff they're using on these people. That's something we need to pay attention to more than anything else. Because if they get this figured out into a system that is efficient, it's easily works and all of that, fairly smooth, then the next time they decide to try something crazy, whether it be a gun ban or who knows what, then easily that could happen. Or it wouldn't even have to necessarily be anything that drastic. Could be something as simple as there could be a riot. They had Portland the other day where Antifa got knocked out, and all that. Well, you got a large group of patriots there. It wouldn't be unthinkable to grab up all those patriots that are there, shove them into one of these places very quickly in the night before they have a chance to even notify somebody of what's happened. They could be spread onto all corners of the country and almost be lost. Because like I say, if you're taken somewhere blindly, so to speak, then you're going to have no clue where you're even at. So I think a lot of that, is definitely possible. It's happened in wars many times. A group gets captured. They're held in a certain area under the cover of darkness. Some are put here, some are put over there. They got to split the group up. Because as a group, they could formulate ideas, figure things out, maybe try to make a break for it or whatever. But if you split everybody up to where you don't know where you're at, you're basically by yourself, turns everybody into a lone wolf situation where you don't have the pact, then it makes things a whole lot harder. And they would and I wouldn't be surprised they wouldn't put some of their own people right in these same detention centers just to observe and, report anything that they may overhear or activities that they see. Try to make friends with some of the patriots just to, stab them in the back, so to speak. But that's just kind of my 2 cents on the whole thing is, I think they're using a lot of these illegals as test subjects. There's basically, they're like lab rats. There's an endless supply. There's an endless supply of illegals coming across the border. Democrats want them for the votes, obviously. But they really don't even need them. Because, they can get the dead to vote for them just as easy as they can anybody else. But they're using them as almost in a way like Nazi Germany did. They experimented and done all kinds of ungodly things to people. And, the illegals need to just straight go home. Plain and simple. I don't agree with them being here whatsoever. And I don't honestly think it would be that hard to send them back. But this whole kids in cages, they blow all this stuff way out of proportion. But nevertheless, whatever is going on has a lot deeper meanings and uses than what we're even seeing. They want you to be focused on illegals, and that's all. But you got to look a little bit deeper than that to think that all of that stuff could be used against us. So, that's kind of my 2 cents. No need to torture these illegals that are here. Round them up, send them back, be done with it. End of story. Build the wall, get them out of here, case closed. But I understand why they keep a lot of the kids and stuff. They're trying to figure out who the heck they actually belong to and all of that. But nevertheless, there's always good and bad in every situation. Trump's trying to do what he can to remedy this situation. It was caused by Clinton and Obama and all that. But there's a lot of them that are actually there on the ground in these facilities on a day-to-day basis. And they're keeping some pretty good records of what goes on, what works, what doesn't work. Because next thing you know, they pass, like I say, a gun thing or, round up a group at a protest. Any one of us could be right in this same situation. So, just something to think about. So, if you guys haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and I will catch you guys on the next video or live stream, whatever comes first. Take it easy, guys.